I know this blows a lot of people's minds, and they're probably going to make a video calling me crazy and stupid for saying it.
The president is making a good point when he discusses the usage of the auto pen. Who was running the country for the past 4 years?
We're wondering who's running it now also.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now that's destroying their financial ability to be able to do things. They don't have the control like they used to. It's diminishing.
When I see bullcrap like this, I'm like,
well,
who's
again,
going to take accountability for that?
Again, how many, why do we do this show? We do this show to bring information out, to help people go look it up, help, educate folks, get them to wake up a little bit about things, to at least be engaged. So that right there tells us that there's still a lot of people out there that don't know this stuff. And if you don't know what your enemy is doing to destroy you and your future generations, how are you going to fight against it?
Once again, ignite the skyline.
Like abandoning all of that because this is not a serious country. And when I see stuff like this, it's just like, no.
When I think about patriotism, I think about being patriotic towards what's been said in the Constitution.
Right, yeah. And that's about it.
That's where I'm at, because I don't care if you're red, blue, purple, yellow, green. I don't care, as far as lawmakers are concerned. If you're doing anything that goes against the Constitution, you should be out. Exactly.
Swift. Like, we don't need to discuss it. And it makes me angry because back in the day, that's exactly how it would have been handled with duels or with a quick vote or something. But all of a sudden, we can't do that no more. Why not?
And here's the thing that people need to understand. The country, the government was infiltrated by these people that wanted a global new world order. It makes sense if you understand how the deep state operates.
Stop it. I don't care. You know what? Sometimes I don't care no more about this deep state.
But I'm telling you, but here's the thing. You have to understand how they operate to understand why Harvard is the way it is. Why was Chinese land, or why was American land being bought by the Chinese government? What did we learn in the 16-year plan? That they wanted to overthrow America. And I know people want to scoff at, the deep state. I get that, but our government is not using. Of course, they're not. They're the deep state.
It's on purpose, right?
It's done on purpose.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's frustrating and it's angering. That's how I kind of feel. I kind of feel like we should be proactive instead of just letting the law be broken and people die. We should be the first ones there to prevent something from happening.
Exactly. That's why we do what we do right now.
Okay. So question from Gigi. She says, so if that's the case, whom was it that went overseas to meet the presidents and other delegates from around the world?
It wasn't the real Joe Biden. Are we talking about Joe Biden still?
Yeah, I think that's what she's referring to.
Okay. So allegedly, okay, I'm going to say that I like using that word. There were 4 different actors, that's been said, that were playing Joe Biden. So we don't know which actor apparently got that gig to go over and meet with some of these world leaders. Now, the actors that were mentioned, and I can't prove it, but you can look at the one's face. What was his name? He was in England, an English actor. Oh my God, I can't remember his name. But Jim Carrey was mentioned as being one. Like I said, I can't prove this. This is skepticism right here. We don't know. Jim Carrey, James Wood, And then there was the actor from freaking England that looked just like him. I can't remember his name.
So they just hired them to play the part, basically.
And how many times have we, and when you hire an actor, where do you go to hire an actor?
Oh, are you referring to that central casting comment?
Central casting.
Okay, I get it, but
And how many times has Trump said, "Oh, he's central casting"?
well, I mean I think that was like his way of describing how good of of a front he probably put, or an act.
Or he could have been telling the truth right there, right in plain sight.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying like it is what it is, but I can definitely see somebody believing that.
But do you see why we question things?
Yeah, exactly.
You see stuff like this, you're like, yeah, that don't make no sense. So that picture's one. That's that clip I want to show you earlier. Okay, keep going down. Oh.
So this was the post. It says it's like he shared a link. It says there is no Joe Biden, executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see.
What have we been saying since 2020?
You can't tell me this is normal. Look at his forehead. This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it. Bullshit.
Okay, now play the clip on your Ex-DMs that I showed, the Biden one.
Okay, just for the music purposes, I just muted it. But wow. Ay, ay, ay.
Okay, now go and play the clip of those two guys. I think it might be 6 minutes, but it explains, because, I have said before that the inauguration of 2020 was all staged, and that Joe Biden, that was kind of like his funeral. There's reasons why we say that, and we have the proof and the evidence of why we say that. So we've been saying that since 2020. But then Trump comes out this weekend and says, yeah, there was, the link. There was never Biden wasn't president and he was executed. Some are, argued, late 2020, some say 2018. Mm-hmm. But this is why we said also that he was a resident and not president. This is why Trump never had his hand on the Bible during this past inauguration, because he was already still president. I know this blows a lot of people's minds, and they're probably going to make a video calling me crazy and stupid for saying it. But let's roll the clip.
Coming up tonight at 8 o'clock, we have an episode of What Have You Done to My House? And now it's time for everyone's favourite dragon, Albie.
In the marmalade forest, between the make-believe trees, in a cottage cheese cottage, lives Albie. Albie, the racist dragon. Part 6. And so, all of the villagers chased Albie, the racist dragon, into a very cold and very scary cave. It was so dark and so scary in there that Albie began to cry, dragon tears, which, as we all know, turn into jelly beans. Just then, he felt a tiny hand on his tail, and he turned around, and who should it be but the badly burned Albanian boy from the day before. "What are you doing? I thought I killed you yesterday," grumbled Albie, quite racistly.
No, Albie, you didn't kill me with your dragon flames. I crawled to safety, but I was left very badly disfigured,
laughed the boy.
Why are you crying, Albie?
Well, all of the villagers chased me into this scary cave. I think it's because I'm so racist. Get your hand off my tail, you'll make it dirty.
They didn't chase you here because of your racism. They chased me here too when I became all disfigured like this. They just don't like us because we're different to them.
And at that, Albie cried a single tear, which turned into a jelly bean, all the colors of the rainbow. And suddenly, Albie wasn't racist anymore. So they sat in the cave, and ate bubblegum pie. Yum! Albie the racist. Albie the racist. Well, not anymore. Dragon. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Are you crying over that kids show?
Yes, so? Are you crying?
Yeah, so what?